Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Hello, and welcome to the Pajama Party Friday nights. And I am Ketel. I'm here with Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right.
And Poppa DD is en route to the studio, so he will be here momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to cut up and show off until he gets here and makes us stop.
Mm-hmm.
So how you doing tonight, Ketel?
I can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm good.
I see you are.
Yeah, Friday.
Uh-huh. I see that tall glass.
Hey, I got my peach crush, but we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is everything.
Everything's everything. I'm sipping on Red Stripe from Jamaica.
Ah, Jamaica, man.
Yeah, man.
Ah, that's how they do it in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on for tonight? You gonna give us that rundown?
I sure am.
All right, go for it.
All right. We got our hot topics tonight. Mariners suspend catcher for rest of the season. Charlotte video of shooting released. Tulsa officer released on bond. I hit it and quit it headlines. Twitter might be bought. Marriott buys Starwood Hotel. Michael Jordan urges Charlotte to restore calm. Also, we have What's Poppin' with Poppa DD. He got a surprise for us tonight. Weird news. Ban with cannon used to shoot drugs to U.S. Maine school purchases computer program to serve as teacher. And potty mouth teacher gets time out.
Wow.
I'm just saying with Redwine, stop stealing from other people's cultures. Living for the city, Papa with Poppa DD. He got another surprise for us. I got the Hollywood wrap-up. We're going to talk about Obama Awards, Arts Medals, Brad Pitt, of course, and LeBron James. We have a pillow talk tonight, long-distance relationship trouble. Cocktail of the week called the Peach Crush. That's what we're sipping on tonight.
So nice.
Uh-huh. Our Kiss It list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because we got the Peach Crush. We're going to talk about that a little later, and we'll be right back.
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go outside. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside. And remember, everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in a car and smoke weed and come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Papa, what are you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get done.
Students, settle down.
Hey.
Students, okay, share with the teacher.
Why?
Share with the teacher. Students,
Hello, hello. We're back to the Pajama Party. Friday night. We're in the house. I'm Ketel. I'm here with Redwine.
Fly, darlings.
All right. And Poppa DD, he's in transit on his way here. So me and Redwine, we got to hold it down till Papa get here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show him how it's done.
Uh-oh. Watch out now.
That's the plan.
Oh, okay, that's the plan?
Yeah, so let's move on into these hot topics.
Okay.
There's so much crazy stuff happening in the news this week.
I know that's right.
And, time won't permit us to cover it all. So we just picked at least 3 stories that we wanted to just touch on briefly for tonight's hot topic. So I'm going to kick it off with this one story.
Okay.
Of course, I'm talking about Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, boy.
And we all know what happened. So I'm looking at a story more focused on the video.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of talk these last few days about releasing or not releasing the video of the actual shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is around the family of Keith Lamont Scott. That's the gentleman that was shot and killed by the officers in Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And everybody has been calling for the police to release the video because they had on body cameras, and I think they was maybe dash cam, but they, for whatever reason, are not releasing it.
Right.
Well, it turns out his wife was standing outside when the whole thing went down, and she recorded it on her phone. Mm-hmm. So she just released the video, and I watched it, unfortunately. I did see it on CNN on their site, and it's been all over the news.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, but I'll come back to my commentary about it. But anyway, I'll stick to the story. Mm-hmm. So you have his wife standing outside, and she's telling the cops, "Don't shoot him. He does not have a weapon."
Oh my God.
Now this is his wife, Rekia Scott, and you hear her saying it several times. He does not have a weapon. Don't shoot him. He doesn't have a gun. And then she says he has a TBI, which means a traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
So the backstory is he had a motorcycle accident like maybe a year before and ended up with a traumatic brain injury. So she's telling the police he has a TBI. He just took his medicine. He's not going to do anything to you guys. And she's telling the cops that. And the cops are in the background. You hear them surrounding him in the car, or it looks like a truck or an SUV of some sort. They're surrounding him, telling him to get out of the car. So they're yelling, and some of them are shouting some obscenities at Keith, Mr. Scott. She's yelling at the cops, "Don't shoot him." Oh my God. So as the thing continues to unfold, the video gets shaky for a moment, I guess, when she starts moving closer.
Right.
And then it looks like he got out of the car finally,
right?
And then you hear the police saying, "Put the gun down, drop the gun," or something like that. But from her video, you couldn't see him clearly enough to tell if he had anything or not. They're yelling, "Drop the effing gun," and things of this nature. So then she starts yelling at the cops, "You better not shoot him," or "Don't shoot him," or something to that effect.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, bullets ring out, and then she's like, "Did you shoot him? Did you shoot him?" Then she starts saying, "He better not die." That's all I know. He better not effing die.
Right.
So now she's upset, and she's saying, "Did you call an ambulance?" And I think that was the last thing she said.
Wow.
So now in between all of that, she's heard saying, Keith, which is her husband's name, "Don't you do it." Now that's the part that's puzzling.
Right.
When she starts saying, "Don't you do it," we're not really, at least I'm not sure, what was she referring to?
Yeah.
I don't know if she meant don't do what?
Right, because in the video, it's like almost she drops her camera or phone and you don't see actually what she's talking about.
Right.
So, does he get out and obey the cops, or is he listening to her? Because it is confusing.
Exactly.
And a lot of times, when the cops come out and they're telling you to do a certain command, you're supposed to do it. But in the interim, the wife is speaking. They can't listen to what she's saying because they're not going to listen to her.
Right.
And we don't know if he was listening to the wife or not. It's
well, if he's suffering from, and I don't know what all of the symptoms of traumatic brain injury are. But if it's possible that he might have been feeling a little confused from the whole situation, then he's got like several, I don't know how many police were around him.
Right.
But he's surrounded by several police with weapons drawn. They're yelling things to him.
Right.
Then his wife is yelling things to him.
Right.
I would think he probably was feeling kind of confused.
Oh, sure.
But what was really interesting to me is that now the police are saying he had a gun when they started yelling for him to drop the gun.
Right.
But then when you look at the still photos that have been seen on various websites that the news has been showing, when you see him on the ground, and of course they show him on the ground, not anything close up.
Right.
The only thing you see next to him are the shadows from the police officers. I didn't see any weapon on the ground. Right. But then on the news earlier today on television, they showed a photo with like a zoomed-in shot of something on the ground near him that looked like it might be a gun.
Right.
So I'm feeling like this feels like one of those situations like during the O.J. thing when they came in the room and they showed photos that were time and date stamped of his bedroom, that everything in that room was white. White carpet, white bed, white everything.
Right.
But then another photo later, here's this bloody glove laying in the middle of a white carpeted floor
Where does this
that nobody saw before.
Right. Where does this come from?
Exactly. I guess it just fell out of the ceiling, right?
Yeah. No, the guy upstairs, what's his name?
Ketel. Ketel. He wasn't even in the house. He was staying at a guest house.
Ketel.
I guess Ketel snuck in and put it in there, right?
Dropped in and
See, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, how is it that now there's some object next to a man who has now been shot and killed,
right? And
the police are saying that the dead man's, Mr. Scott's, DNA and blood, well, I guess blood is DNA, but they're saying blood, DNA, and something else, fingerprints or whatever, was found on this gun.
Really?
Now, at one point you saw him with his hands down by his side. So where did all that happen?
Of course, maybe that's what the wife was talking about. Don't you do it. But at first you hear her saying he doesn't have a gun.
Right.
He
kept saying he doesn't have a gun.
So she was more or less saying be cautious. But, like I said, the cops, they're not listening to her. They're trying to concentrate on what's going on with this guy. Is he acting erratical? It's almost like the Rodney King thing. That was PCP. Come on, you going to beat this man to a pulp? Come on, really? But then they're going to shoot this man almost like a dog? Really?
Yeah, that's what they did. And see, the police are saying that they recovered the gun that they found next to him, which they say was loaded.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, now you found a loaded gun laying next to this man. And they're saying that, fingerprints, blood, and DNA matched Mr. Scott.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So, but see, we still haven't seen the police video.
Right.
Yeah, they were right up on it.
Right.
The wife was standing back at a more of a distance.
Right, but then you also mentioned that the gentleman in the helicopter, he was saying something also.
No, that was Tulsa.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
let me get it
too
right.
many shootings going on.
That's what I'm saying. It's so confusing. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna keep moving then.
Yeah. What else is going on this week?
Yeah. Well, just talking about the Tulsa thing. Like you said, I was getting confused. I got to get it straight. Tulsa officer Betty Shelby, she was booked, released on bond in the shooting of unarmed man. Here we go again. This man is unarmed. Everybody's doing everything that they're supposed to do, but still you're going to get killed. So
they still end up dead.
Right. Tulsa, Oklahoma, hours after a prosecutor accused her of unlawfully and unnecessarily shooting an unarmed man dead in the middle of a street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Officer Betty Shelby turned herself in early this Friday. Shelby, who's charged with manslaughter, was booked into the local county jail and released shortly afterward on a $50,000 bond. The family of Terrence Crutcher, that's his name, the man Shelby shot, called the charge a small victory. She said, I'm a little bit shocked about how quickly she was charged.
That was fast.
That was the attorney.
Because normally, they drag that thing out. They don't want to press charges against the police. But they usually put them on administrative leave, and then it drags out some months.
But I bet you this is just a ploy. They're just doing this to satisfy people. And you see she was released shortly after that. All they're going to do is give her probation. I think that's what's going to happen. She's going to get probation.
You think so?
Oh, I know so.
Uh-oh.
It also goes on to say the criminal complaint against Shelby said her fear resulted in her unreasonable action, which led her to shooting Crutcher. He was 40. She is accused of unlawfully and unnecessarily shooting him after he did not comply with her lawful orders. So, I'm not sure what happened with this guy. He just wasn't complying. He didn't understand, or I think she felt threatened.
I don't know why. Why? Because he was a black man?
That's number one.
Size? Is that what it was?
Probably so. Mhm.
Well, this is the situation where there was a helicopter involved.
Mhm.
And the officer that was in the helicopter was on the radio saying, "Oh yeah, he looks like a bad guy," or something to that effect.
Mhm.
Now, how he could determine that from up in the air, where you don't know this guy, and to my knowledge, he didn't have any background on this guy.
Mhm.
So how do you determine that he looks like a bad one, or to say something disparaging about someone from the air,
Mhm.
and he's on the ground,
Mhm.
and now the next thing you know, this officer, who happens to be female, shoots him?
Mhm.
What was that? I can't imagine that it was not connected.
Mhm.
That's like if you tell me, the person who I'm standing in front of, "Oh yeah, that's a rough one. You don't want to mess with him. That guy will take you out." Well, yeah, that's going to make me much more trigger happy, because you've told me something now that makes me feel more leery about this person.
Now, the scary part about this story is Crutcher's family said that he was his SUV had broke down, and said it all started after a 911 call from a woman who said an abandoned car was blocking the street and a man was running away.
Running away?
Yeah, the man warned it was going to blow up, the caller said. So Shelby, the police officer, was the first officer to arrive on the scene, though she was not responding to the 911 call. She was on her way to a domestic violence call when she saw Crutcher standing in the street, according to investigators. So she wasn't even supposed to go to this call. So she stopped behind his car, which was a block away.
So she just happened to come by to investigate.
Right.
What's going on with this?
Right. She was responding to a domestic violence call.
Okay.
But why did she stop? She should have just continued on to her call.
I guess. Well, I don't know. I know sometimes they'll say, whoever's in the area, go check something out.
Right.
So I guess because she was just a block away, she figured, all right, I'll go check it out.
Right.
But how did this man end up dead? And what was all this about? His family said that he had a book, but the police are saying they never found the book.
What is the significance from the book?
Because the police were saying he had a gun.
Oh,
and the family is saying he didn't have a gun, he had a book. He was waiting for his son.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm mixing these up, it's too many of them to keep it straight.
That's true.
I thought he was waiting for his son, and he had a book. He was reading a book or holding a book or something.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow the police said he had a gun, but then they're saying they never recovered a book either. So I don't know, somewhere in here the truth is hidden.
Yes.
And it has yet to be revealed.
It is crazy, and that's in Tulsa, yeah. Well, we're going to, keep up on these stories and follow them and see how,
But I do want to add this regarding the protest.
Mhm.
These protests, when they get to be violent,
Mhm.
this needs to stop.
I agree.
Because it's not serving any purpose.
It's not.
I understand that people are angry and they want to blow off steam.
Mhm.
And, yes, things are unfair. Yes, the police need to be more discreet,
right.
and use more discretion before they fire their gun.
Right.
They need to stop killing people that are unarmed. All of that's true. But destroying property and, just going crazy is not going to fix the problem, nor is it going to help the problem.
Right.
Especially when you're destroying your own neighborhood.
Right.
I don't understand that.
What you mean, the violence, the protests and everything?
Yeah, I mean the looting and the burning stuff and just being destructive.
Right.
What is the point in saying we're angry, so we're going to go and destroy our neighborhood stores, set them on fire, burn up and flip over cars and break in some stores and steal merchandise? How is stealing merchandise helping the issue? Because, see, here's the thing. If you act like a wild animal that moves on instinct, they're going to treat you like that.
Right.
So then you can't turn around and say, well, they treat us like animals. Well, you just showed them what animals act like.
Well, I guess
so that's a problem.
I guess after a while, the quote-unquote nonviolence thing, it ain't working. So they figure they got to make a stand, just like the football player. He's making a stand. What he's doing.
Oh, Kaepernick.
Right. It's like if I don't do anything or make a stand or something, people won't listen. So this is the way people have to listen. I mean, people have their own agenda.
But I'm just saying it needs to be better directed. I'm reminded of something that my mother used to tell us when we were little. And if somebody would destroy something or break something or whatever, she used to say, I wish you all could get a hold of the devil, then you could tear him up. And I used to feel so hurt when she would say that, but I get it.
Right.
And if you think about it, that's who the enemy is.
Right.
If you want to tear up something, tear up the enemy.
Right.
Go to the enemy's camp or who you perceive to be the enemy and go and tear that up. But see, they don't have the, balls to go down there to the police station and torch that because that's where the guns are and they know they're all going to get shot.
Right.
So you're not going there. You go to the neighborhood store where you shop at every day and to that shopkeeper who's in business to keep things convenient for you and your family.
Right.
You go in there and bust out all his windows.
But I think it's not the majority. It's just a small group that derive from the plan. It could be 100 million people, but out of that, 10,000 going to derive from the plan, and they just going to mess
That's all we see, though. That's the problem.
That's true.
All you need is one person to throw a brick in a window,
there you go.
And that's what you'll see on the news
Of
over
course.
and over and over.
Of course.
And, of course, you have the old monkey see, monkey do theory.
Of course.
You see one person throw a brick, somebody else says, yeah, that's what we'll do, and they'll pick up a brick, and then somebody else says, let me get my crowbar,
It's the domino
and before
effect.
you know it, they have destroyed an entire block in less than, 5 minutes?
That's true.
I mean, they tore up some stuff.
Yeah.
And this continues to happen.
It's unfortunate.
I go back to Baltimore. What was the point of all of that destruction?
Right. You're right.
And I'm just saying, you got to live there.
Right.
After you finish blowing off all of that steam
That's true.
on that night, the following morning, where are you going to get your prescriptions filled?
Right.
Where are you going to get some eggs and milk real quick if you can't get to the major chain grocery store?
That's true.
The corner market is closed.
Right.
And then when they finally reopen, now everything is going to cost more because now they got to up the price to pay for the additional insurance and replace all the stuff that y'all stole.
Well, that's why they decided to put a curfew into play. The curfew is from 12 midnight to 6 a.m. Also, they said they got some intelligence saying that there was another group coming in from South Carolina that wanted to be part of the protest. And that just...
are they the agitators?
I guess so.
Allegedly.
So that just intensified everything. So they said, okay, we need to shut this down. We need to get more control, so that's why they put a curfew into place. So they curfew now from 12 midnight to 6 a.m.
All right. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm just tired of all this destruction.
I know.
I know. I'm like, okay, who do y'all think is paying for all that stuff?
There you go. You are.
Exactly. Taxpayer dollars are going to pay to fix all of that.
If they knew how the cycle went, they wouldn't do all that. But what else you got over there?
Anyway, let me move on to more bad news, unfortunately. Okay, so this guy from the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners team, is that baseball? I think it is. Well, this guy, Steve Clevenger, has been suspended without pay for the remainder of the season following some stuff he put on Twitter regarding the protest in Charlotte. Now, he got on Twitter and said that the protesters should be locked behind bars like animals.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said on Twitter.
Huh.
Now, this guy's 30 years old. He's played 22 games this season, and then he came back and issued an apology for his tweets.
Really?
You know, the typical stuff.
Yes, of
People
course.
run their mouth, talk a lot of smack, and then when people have something to say about it, then they go, oh, well, I'll apologize. You know, I'm tired of your apologies. You shouldn't have run your mouth in the first place.
That's
But
true.
anyway, so he, let's see what else. He issued all these tweets, and then he said he's not going to appeal his suspension. And, see, one of the tweets said, black people beating whites when a thug got shot holding a gun by a black officer. Ha ha, expletive.
What?
Cracks me up. Keep kneeling for the anthem.
What?
So he was really feeling himself.
Yeah, he was.
He decided to get on Twitter.
You're right.
Then he put another one out that said, Black Lives Matter is pathetic again.
Ooh.
Obama, you are pathetic once again.
Really?
Everyone should be locked behind bars like animals. So then the Mariners, the whole team, had to issue a statement Thursday condemning the tweets. So I guess they said, look, he's not speaking for us.
What?
That is the ignorance of one fool.
All right.
Not us. So they put out something saying that they're examining all internal options available to them. So I don't know if that means they're thinking about letting them go or whatever.
Wow, that's serious.
But they're saying that, you know, they're talking about salary arbitration and all this stuff.
Oh, boy.
And they're saying that his suspension could be appealed by the Major League Baseball Players Association. But for now, the suspension is going to cost him around $32,000. So at this point, it doesn't matter how talented he is with baseball.
Right.
That's going to cost him $32,000.
Right. You can't keep saying certain things like that.
No.
You have to be careful what you say because people are in the limelight, and you can't say what you want. You have to be careful. And,
exactly.
And you would think that their not coach, but their manager or their agent, you know, would
give them some better advice.
Yes. But, you know, they're not home with them when they're tweeting and all of that, you know, so it's like, you know, you can't watch them. You got to have a watchful eye. So.
But you know what? There's a lot of people, Trump is one of them, they just need to stay off of Twitter.
I agree.
You know, this is, once again, these are the kind of things where if this is how you feel, say it to your so-called friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get on Twitter and screw yourself.
There you go.
With this kind of stuff.
And that's what they're doing.
Exactly. So I'm happy for him.
So.
But you know what? What's his name? Steve Clevenger? Please, yes, please. You know where to put him.
Okay.
Put him right on the kiss it list.
We sure will. Crazy self.
All right. So we're going to take a break, and we're coming back with what? The Hit It and Quit It headlines?
Yep.
All right. Be right back.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner, and you can join us online, or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe. This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello! You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling.
All right, and we're back to the Pajama Party. I am Ketel. I'm here with Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And Poppa DD. He's here. We got him locked up somewhere, but he'll be on in a few minutes. So what you got for the hit it and quit it headlines?
Well, the first thing I have is on the hit it and quit it headlines. This is an interesting one about Twitter. Now, we were just talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
So Twitter is engaged in conversations with a potential buyer.
Really?
Yeah, and some of the potential buyers include Google.
Mm-hmm.
So it's starting to sound like a monopoly or something.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Google and another company called Salesforce.com, and among other technology companies which are not named. But shares of Twitter were up nearly 20% just based on that news.
Really?
Yeah, that's a serious jump.
It sure is.
20%?
Yeah.
I don't know how much their shares go for, but if it went up 20% just because people were talking about possibly buying them. So their board of directors is said to be wanting to make the deal, and they're looking at, trying to close it, but there's no sale right now. And, they don't know if the deal is going to happen or not, but there's definitely interest, and they're saying that part of the interest has to do with the amount of data that Twitter generates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which we know is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. So
does it say who created? I forgot who created Twitter.
I don't know. I don't know who created Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens on that one. Because you know how these mergers go.
That's true. So, like you said, it sounds like a monopoly.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah.
So
say how many billions of dollars?
They don't have a price yet because there's nothing on the table yet.
Wow. Somebody's always buying somebody.
Yeah, that's how the rich keep making money.
I guess so. You're right about that.
So anyway, let's see. What else is going on in the hit it and quit it headlines?
Marriott buys Starwood, becoming world's largest hotel chain.
Ooh wee!
Wow, sounds like
Speaking of mergers.
Sounds like a
Pac-Man. Pac-Man strikes again.
Several of the best-known names in travel are now united in one hotel company. Marriott International closed Friday this morning on its now I'm going to say it, billion, I don't even know how many zeros that is, but $13 billion.
Billion with a B?
Yep, B as in boy. Of the Starwood Hotels and Resorts worldwide, bringing together its Marriott Courtyard and Ritz-Carlton. I remember they owned Ritz-Carlton. Brands with Starwood, Sheraton, Westin, W, and St. Regis properties.
Wait a minute, the W?
Wow.
Wait a minute, so Marriott owns?
Marriott and Ritz-Carlton. They're going to grab the brands of Starwood, which are Starwood, Sheraton, Westin, the W, and St. Regis.
Wow.
That's what I see.
Oh, that's right.
Those are some big prestigious properties. St. Regis and the W.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. And total 30 hotel brands now fall under the Marriott umbrella to create the largest hotel chain in the world.
Good.
With more than 5,800 properties and 1.1 million rooms in more than 110 countries.
Is that even legal?
My head is spinning.
That doesn't even sound like it should be legal.
I know. That's a lot.
5,800. That sounds like almost a hotel monopoly.
Yeah.
So that's like a monopoly when you get Boardwalk
and Park Place. I know that's right. That's a lot. Marriott now eclipses Hilton worldwide, 773,000 rooms and the 766,000 that are part of the intercontinental hotels. Wow. So we've got an ability to offer just that much more choices. A choice in location, a choice in the kind of hotel, and a choice of amount of a customer needs to spend. All right now.
Well, merci beaucoup.
It goes on to say Starwood's guest loyalty program, the Starwood Preferred Guest, was also a central strategic rationale for the transaction. The program's members are deeply loyal to it and have generally higher incomes and tend to spend many nights on the road. Okay.
They're going after the big buck customers.
Yeah. So the Gold Elite members in one program will get Gold status in the other. Platinum Elite members will get Platinum in the other, and Marriott Silver members will see Starwood's lowest category, Preferred Plus.
Okay.
Still ain't bad on the totem pole somewhere. That's
wow.
That's interesting. $13 billion.
That is a lot of money.
You see who has the money?
So that's what they're paying to acquire all these hotels?
Yes, ma'am. Whew. So you have to see how much Marriott is worth, because they recently purchased something not too long ago. I can't remember which properties, but those are some big prestigious properties there. St. Regis, the W, the Westin. Come on now, really?
And those are aren't they? They're probably worldwide.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think those are just nationwide.
No, it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
Good great.
That W alone, you're gonna pay $350 a night.
Is that how much it is at the W?
Yep, that's the standard. That's what
I've never been there. You been to the W?
Maybe.
Come on now, tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yep. So that should be a nice merger.
Okay.
All right. So I think we got one more hit it and quit it. Oh, hello, Papa. How are you?
Oh, Poppa DD in the studio.
Yeah, he decided he wanted to join us tonight.
Yeah, he missed you.
We missed you. Yeah.
What's going on?
You got the best hand. What's going on with you?
Not much.
Okay. Well, you got the last hit it and quit it. We
That
don't
was
do
a rough trip. I'll talk about that here momentarily.
Okay.
Last hit to quit is Michael Jordan urges Charlotte to restore calm. He has a vested interest in that town. He owns a basketball team.
Ah,
a
so that's
part
why he
owner of
wants
the
everybody
Charlotte
to calm
Hornets.
down.
Oh.
Yeah, he don't want no brick to go through his window.
So he don't want to lose no money.
Now, if it was in Ontario somewhere or whatever, he wouldn't give a crap.
I think they already looted that store.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
The store where all of the sports stuff is.
Uh-huh.
I think that was one of the stores that got trashed and looted.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, as the story goes, in the wake of the violent protests taking place in Charlotte over the officer involving shooting death of Keith Lamont Scott, Hornets owner, see you put that in there, Michael Jordan, released the following statement Thursday, calling for the community to restore calm. And he quotes to say that I want to express my condolence to the Scott family for their loss. I also wish for a full recovery to those who have been injured. In light of the tragic events of the past 3 days, it is more important than ever that we restore calm and come together as a community in peaceful demonstrations and conversations. All right? And in constructive and nonviolent ways. As part of the fabric of Charlotte, the Horton organization is committed to working with civic leaders, our elected officials, and law enforcement to foster more trust, transparency, and understanding so we can heal and grow together as a community. That's what he said.
This is what Jordan saying.
Well, this is probably what somebody wrote for him to say.
Probably.
Anyway.
That sound like,
All right.
So he said, I need everybody to chill. Y'all
that's
messing
what
with
he
the
said.
money, you messing with my situation.
Yeah.
I need y'all to calm it down.
You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling.
But
All right now.
I think you mentioned before, Papa, when this stuff first started, that some of the leaders, so to speak, or players in the game like Jordan, some other people that have money, LeBron James, they need to come out and start saying some things. And here now, he's saying this because, quote unquote, is in Charlotte, and it's going to mess with his money, so to speak.
Of course.
So
Of course.
You
Well,
know,
he actually made all of his money in Chicago, which is worse than Charlotte. He needed to call for calm in Chicago first. That's where he laid his dough down. Him and Oprah and everybody. Now they all gone out of Chicago. They made their money. Now they made a move, but that's a whole other story too.
Yeah, because they just knocked down the Oprah studio not long ago.
Did they really?
Oh, they
did.
did?
It's gone.
She don't want to run into that.
Harpo is gone?
Harpo is gone and bulldozed it down.
Wow. That's what she said. She don't want no remnants.
Probably, you know,
said,
making
I'm not there.
Condos or whatever.
I'm not there, and I don't want nothing they got to do with being there. She made her money.
Yeah.
We won't even speak on her. I got
Okay.
her and Pat
So Michael Jordan is asking for folks to chill?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
okay.
So we'll see. All right. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to take a little CC.
All right.
We can
do that. And we're coming back with What's Poppin' with Poppa DD.
All right.
So don't you move, and we'll be right back.
All right.
So what's going on with you? You seem kind of stressed out.
Well, I met somebody, but I really need some advice.
Well, don't look at me, girl. Advice is not my thing.
So what can I do?
I know where you can get some advice.
Where?
The Pajama Party Crew.
They give advice?
Yep, on their show Friday nights. It's a segment called Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk? What's that?
It's where Redwine, Ketel, and Poppa DD give people advice, you know, like about questions or any kind of problems they might be having.
Okay, well, maybe I'll call them up and see what they think. What do you think I should do? I should call them today or next week?
I told you I don't do advice, so call them up and see what they say.
I'm going to call. What's the number?
Okay, write this down, 914-803-4306. And you have to press 1 to talk to them.
Okay, let me see if I got it. 914-803-4306. Okay, got it.
And don't forget to press 1. Write that down, too.
Right. Now, help me figure out what to order for lunch.
Ciao, boo-bye.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
That's fine.
And welcome back. Sorry I'm late getting in tonight. I had to get some things in perspective. And anyway, what's next on the docket?
What's poppin'?
What's
poppin' with
you?
you?
Man, you know what? I had a host of things on my mind, but the first thing I want to speak on is cab service.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Bust them out already.
I can't really disclose my location, you know, so I'll speak openly and not, you know, I won't speak on specifics. But cab service is rough. And these were all cab drivers of color. I won't call them black because they were 9 different nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
I went through 3 different cabs in order to get to somewhere specifically. The first cab had somebody in there, and he's looking at his GPS, and he's holding up the line. And I yelled in the car, yo, man, I need to get somewhere. He didn't pay me no rabbit-ass mind, okay? So I look at the person behind me, and I asked him, you know, and he said, yeah, come here, come here, come to me, he said, okay? Now, if I had Caucasian skin, he would have been breaking his neck to bring his black ass to me, okay? But being I was black like him, he figured he going to treat me like a second-class citizen. Which go to show you, most of our worst enemies out there are people of our same color. Don't get it twisted. All right, now, all of a sudden I get to him, and he's telling me a bunch of crap, so I nix him. I go to the car behind him. Now, this guy here, he's got a hoarder car. He's got junk everywhere. He don't even have room for my suitcase in his trunk. I'm like, he said, put your bag in the front seat and you get in the back seat. And the car was an old jalopy, a crappy piece of crap that had the engine light on and all messed up. So I went to the car behind him. So the guy behind him, the third guy, now all these was people of a different nationality. I go to the third guy, and he's tripping, talking about, what happened up there? I said, don't worry about it, man. Let's, just ride, brother. I said, look, man, I'm just trying to get where I'm going, man. He said, well, those are my friends. I said, they ain't your damn friends. You're trying to make money. What you trying to do? So ultimately, I go with the last guy, and I get in his car, and we get halfway there, and I ask him, does he have change for $20? No, I just dropped somebody off. I don't have change for $20. It may be $11. I said, okay, so what am I supposed to do with the $9 change? Well, we can stop at the store and get change, or you can give me the whole 20.
Oh,
what?
God.
I need Uber. I need Lyft. I need Uber. I need Lyft. I didn't know the status of Uber. I didn't know the status of Lyft, but I tell you what, the taxi cab people can kiss my complete ass.
Uh-oh. Put them on the kiss
The same thing happens in Jersey. The same thing happens in Maryland. Happens in D.C. Cab drivers, y'all need to step off because Lyft and Uber is going to move y'all circle jerks out of there. You got competition now. It ain't your world no more. It ain't your world no more. You got to step up. You got to behave and do right. Anyway, that wasn't even what I was talking about. That was just what was fresh on my mind. Now, what I want to talk about is on that same note, the camaraderie amongst our own people. You know, I was in 3 different situations today where people just don't even speak or say hello to people just in a basic setting. And then the fear that people have that's ingranulated in people, you know, being on the elevator and things like that, looking at people, look at you the way they do, and it's just ingranulated. So what's happening with the police as far as killing people, that fear is so granulated in people's souls that it's amazing. And just because a person puts on a uniform and they're a cop, that doesn't take away their fear for a particular race or a disregard for a particular race. If you've been disrespecting that race your whole life, then putting a gun on your hip is just a license now to kill them. You've been hating them anyway. You've been avoiding them anyway. You've been acting like they're Lord and Whale shit anyway. So now that you got a gun, and now I look in Philadelphia, and they're saying that now that you can get hired as a police officer, they dropping the whole college degree thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just have to have a pulse?
Pretty much. They said a high school education or equivalent because they're getting nobody in the police force.
GED.
But see, here's the difference now. Most of these police officers in these suburban neighborhoods never took they may have had that thing up saying college degree as a smoke screen, but they'd hire anybody that came from the military, especially if they did some time in war. And they go up there with their little, post-traumatic syndrome, and they're raising their right hand, swearing them in. And this guy's still thinking about Iraq and Afghanistan. He's crazy as hell. But they signed them up. So, yeah, Philadelphia today announced that they're taking people, like Redwine said, as long as you got a pulse and your toenails and fingernails grow and your armpits stink like they're supposed to, then that makes you qualified. So I just wanted to say tonight as far as what's popping is that there's a variety of stuff going out there today. There's a variety of things. I mean, you cannot begin to think that when you see people killing people and cops acting like they are, all this stuff is granulated from the core of just life itself today. The disregard of people, the breakup of families, nobody's connected. There's no true love out there anymore. Everybody's just hop, skipping, and jumping. You know, people doing what they got to do. Shiftlessness, recklessness, homelessness, panhandling. You just go out in society in the course of a day, and you can just sit back and see enough stuff that'll make your head spin. And now we're supposed to select a leader that are going to take us to another dimension or what have you. We got crooked Hillary and crazy Trump. And what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Who do we choose? How do you choose between those two? So we're basically between a rock and a hard place. So
there's that
all I
third
can
choice.
say, anyway.
Is it what? The third choice. Oh boy, there's 2 other choices. Oh yeah, 2 others. Libertarian or the Green.
Whatever. Anyway, but like I said, we just have to, when we can't even say what we need to do anymore because it's not even enough. There's not even enough forces to come together and do stuff. We want to make a pot of stew, and we ain't got nothing but some carrots and some tomatoes in the refrigerator. We can't even make stew because there's not even enough ingredients to make it anymore. Everybody's all, discontent. People are pissed off about their lives and how they were made, how they were brought up, and whatever is going on with them, how they were made, their illegitimacy. They're pissed at their mothers. They're pissed at their fathers. They're taking I don't know. It's just a mess. The things that go through my mind in the course of a day. on what people are doing and how it's being done, the job market and everything going on today.
Crazy.
It's like a jungle out there.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
All right, then. Got me there.
That's what's popping. And this is the Pajama Party. You know, tune in every Friday because we're going to keep you informed because I'm going to tell you what, if we think you're going to get news the way we give it to you, you're sadly mistaken.
All right now.
You're sadly mistaken because you're going to get what them jokers want you to know.
All right.
And if you're stupid enough to just sit back and learn what someone else wants you to know, you better reach out and use that third ear and that third eye and learn it strong. Anyway, I'm back in the studio and I'm getting my drink on. And
we see.
Yeah, we'll tell you what's really going on.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to hit one of us, Redwine, Ketel, or Poppa, hit us up 914-803-4306
and press 1.
Press 1.
All right.
Mhm.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna keep moving.
Oh, we can take a quick break.
All right, we're gonna take a little.
And then let's see what's back. Oh, we're coming back with my favorite.
The
weird news.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right.
Bonsoir.
Next up is the weird news.
Yeah, the crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'll lighten it up a little bit for you.
We already talked about crazies, but let's talk about the weird news crazy. All right, who's up first, Ketel?
Yeah.
All right, what you got for us tonight?
Mexican popo.
Uh-oh.
Banned with a cannon used to shoot drugs to the U.S. Come on.
What?
Drug smugglers employ very creative methods to get their loads across the U.S.-Mexican border. But it's not every day they use a van outfitted with a 10-foot, 3-meter air cannon to shoot projectiles into the U.S. Mexican federal police said in a statement last week they found such van parked on a street in Mexico along the border with Douglas, Arizona. It was reported stolen from the city of Hermosillo in the Mexican state of Sonora over the summer. And he goes on to say, images provided by the Mexican police show the black van with a hole cut in its roof with a cannon in the back of the van that could fire the projectiles.
So they're shooting the drugs, what, over the wall?
From Mexico
to
the U.S., yes.
That's crazy.
In this van. The van, first of all, was stolen, and then they're going to send these drugs over. They're going to smuggle the drugs over in that capacity. They're going to shoot it out like a cannon. So the most common is lobbying softball-sized marijuana packages over the fence and into the U.S., often in residential backyards.
What?
So smugglers pay someone on the U.S. side to retrieve the packages, which are then distributed around the country. Paco said high-pressure air cannons can launch heavier marijuana packages weighing 60 pounds. The Border Control,
60 pounds?
The Border Patrol has also seen the use of trepidats, something. I'm not sure what that is. Catapult-type launcher that can be crafted from wood. They trying every day on this.
60 pounds?
So the Border Control sitting there watching stuff just being launched over their head.
That's what it sounds like. So it goes on to say,
it's in midair. You can't stop it.
Video captured.
There goes another one.
Captured in March by a Mexican news station showed two men who were carrying large loads of what appeared to be marijuana scaling a border fence from Mexico.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. Look, they call these Mexican Spider-Men. Local calls these types of smugglers Spider-Men for their ability to rapidly climb and rapidly down the fence. Lord have mercy. What are they doing?
Tripping.
Oh, God.
That's why it's the weird news.
That's funny.
What you got over there, Papa?
Drugs is big money.
Mm-hmm.
I got Maine schools purchase a computer program to serve as teachers.
Okay.
Oh, say that again?
Maine school purchases computer program to serve as teacher.
Okay.
Wow. Are they that desperate?
I guess so.
This is in Madison, Maine.
Okay.
Where did I see that name Madison at before?
Okay.
I think it has something to do with the election or something, primary. Okay, a Maine high school unable to fill a vacant teacher's position. Okay. Has turned to a foreign language computer program to educate students. All right, with money already earmarked for the job. The Morning Scintilla reports under this here particular website, Madison area Memorial High School opted to purchase the Rosetta Stone program to serve as a full-time French and Spanish teacher. Okay. Principal Jessica Ward said that the situation isn't perfect, but Rosetta Stone was the best option moving forward this year. Okay.
That is wild.
It looks like Miss Jessica Ward is in the business of kickbacks. Anyway, the school was forced to purchase the program, which is currently used in more than 4,000 schools nationwide. Okay, when all this went down, so to speak. Rosetta Stone officials say the program is ideally used in conjunction with a live teacher, but most schools just cut the program on and just let it do its thing. They just turn it on and turn the volume up and tell the kids to learn. Shut up and learn.
Wow.
That's crazy. Rosetta Stone.
Well, speaking of teachers that tell kids to shut up and other stuff, I got one out of Canada. Got a potty mouth teacher. She's telling kids all kind of crazy stuff.
Really?
And why she still has a job is beyond me. But this lady, Jennifer Elizabeth Green Johnson, was suspended in August from her post in Dunville Secondary School, which is, I guess that's a middle school, right? For allegedly telling one of her students, "Why don't you lick me where I fart?"
What?
Like, wow.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on with her.
All right.
So anyway, so the school was investigating it, and they were saying the teacher's rhetorical question became public knowledge when the OCT, which is the Ontario College of Teachers, accused her of two separate charges of swearing and vulgarity in the classroom. So this is definitely not her first offense. Going all the way back to March 2015, she allegedly slapped a male student on the head and told him to grow some balls.
And she's still teaching.
Why is she still there? I don't know.
Do you have a picture of her?
Actually, there was a picture of her.
Crazy.
She looks like a crazy, washed out looking, why would anybody look twice at her kind of woman? But anyway, she's also accused of swearing at students during the same school year in 2015. She called one of the kids a bloody pedophile.
Oh, Lord.
And told another kid that she looked like a frumpy old lady. And then in February, the school board suspended her for 6 days without pay for those incidents. So I don't understand why she's still teaching.
I don't either.
I'm really not understanding it. It says that she pleaded no contest to the charges of abusing a student verbally, physically, and psychologically, and emotionally, going all the way back to 2011.
And this is 2016, 5 years? So she's
been cutting up like this since 2011.
Wow, that's a lot.
Why is this woman still standing in front of somebody's class?
Right, that's a lot.
Oh, my gosh, it gets worse. The report shows that Green Johnson admitted to calling students stupid, idiots, gay, and a bitch.
Oh, my God.
So they're saying that she... I don't understand her. She told a student that was carrying another student on his back, so you like it from behind.
Huh?
You know how you give somebody like a piggyback ride?
Right.
One of the kids was like, like piggyback on another student. And she said to the student, oh, so you like it from behind.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe she's sexually frustrated.
I don't know what her problem is. I really don't know. She told one of the classes while they were watching a film that had some, she said this when they were watching a film with nudity, that it was impossible to see the actor's penis without a microscope. Wow.
Okay. And where is this?
This is in Ontario.
Okay.
It says she accidentally hit a male student in his groin when trying to stop two students that were swinging binders at each other.
Yeah,
now, was that an accident?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. So the board has suspended her for a month, but they made it retroactive to coincide with the previous suspension going back to December of 2011. This lady needs to just be fired.
And what's her name?
Her name is, she has a lot of names. Her name is Jennifer Elizabeth Green Johnson.
Okay.
You put her on the kiss it list?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, there's something wrong with her.
She's crazy.
She's been married about 4 times.
At least twice, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
This woman has serious issues.
All right. You guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about? Hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1.
All right. You want me to keep rolling?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm ready.
Let's keep rolling.
All right. Well, I'm going to go into I'm just saying.
Okay, come on.
Because I got something to say tonight.
Uh-oh.
Tonight, I'm just saying, stop stealing from other people's cultures. Okay? I'm going to talk about cultural appropriation.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to talk about.
All right.
So if you've heard the term cultural appropriation lately, you might have heard it on different stories and stuff. It's because it's happening more and more, and it's becoming more blatant. So what is cultural appropriation? I'm glad you asked. That's when somebody borrows, takes, or steals something that is typically identifiable as being from a specific culture that is not their own. And they either use it, wear it, rock it, whatever. So, case number 1. I'm going to use a case study tonight. Case number 1. Last week at New York Fashion Week, designer Marc Jacobs had his models wearing these headpieces, I guess you'd call them, like wigs, made from yarn that was dyed with Kool-Aid. So you had all these colors, and they were styled to look like actual dreadlocks. And these models were predominantly white, and they were doing their thing, stomping the runway as models do, rocking these multicolored dreads. So I'm just saying, Mr. Jacobs, Marc Jacobs, I'm talking to you. Stop stealing from other people's cultures. For those who don't know the history of it, locked hair began as a symbol of spiritual and political beliefs that was adopted widely by many people, and eventually the purpose of locked hair morphed into a lot of other reasons. Some people wear their hair locked because it helps them identify more closely with their racial identity, and that's cool. And then some people wear their hair locked because they want to be perceived as being outside of the usual perceptions of how society groups people into classes. They want to be seen as more of like a free spirit, doing their own thing, not being in the box, so to speak. And then some people just like the low-maintenance style, and they like how it looks. But the bottom line is that dreadlocks, newsflash, are a black thing. And they originated from black culture, whether it was from Bob Marley in Jamaica or all the way back to the motherland of Africa. So you can see why some people feel some kind of way seeing these non-black women marching around with dreadlocks. So if for no other reason than, when Marc Jacobs did that, I'm sure he thought it looked real cool, but a lot of people felt offended by that. And then you have some people from a variety of ethnicities who, like I said, they felt offended. And Mark Jacobs, to his credit, he did offer an apology on Instagram. He said he didn't mean to be insensitive, and he thanked people for their comments. But that was after the fact, after the fashion show. He had already appropriated the look. So, again, I'm just saying, stop stealing from other people's cultures. So let's go to case 2. Number 2, Disney. Let's talk about them. Disney just recently, this week actually, received a lot of backlash for this children's costume that they put out that's based on some new animated film that they're doing, which, by the way, The Rock is in, doing one of the voices. But the film is based on Hawaii. So the costume is based on a character that's called Maui, like one of the islands in Hawaii, but it's a character called Maui. Now, in Hawaii, this character Maui has a lot of important meaning. He is a very important figure in Polynesian oral tradition. Okay. Disney has now stopped selling the costume because people spoke up and said that they were totally offended by this costume. Once again, cultural appropriation at its worst. Now, this costume, check this out. This costume featured a long-sleeved top that appears to have tanned skin. So when you put this shirt on, when your kid puts this shirt on, if they were as pale as a ghost, now they look like they have a nice brown tan. And then it has all of these tattoos from like the wrist all down the chest, all the way down to the other wrist. And the same on the legs. It has long pants that has all these tattoos. But the problem is that these are tribal markings, and they have significance. But Disney didn't pay that any mind. They just thought it looked cool, so they did it. And Polynesian folk were very upset and very offended by that. And they felt like, hey, what are you doing? Are you mocking us? What is that about? And that's the way they felt about it, and I feel how they felt. I feel it. So I'm just saying, all right, we'll stop there. With the tribal tattoos, those things have spiritual meaning to the Polynesian people. That's just totally disrespectful. It would have been one thing if they put little X's and O's and little boxes and whatever, something that was not, just straight up blatant disrespect to the Polynesian people. But they actually modified and did things with the tribal markings, and that's not cool. So, matter of fact, would you add Disney to the kiss it list? They shouldn't have done that. But see, these markings had value, or have value, to the Polynesian people. They don't have value to Disney. The only value Disney saw was dollar signs. That's why they do these things. And then this costume had a little skirt that had screen printed banana leaves or some kind of grass and leaves or something to look like a grass skirt. And like I said, the pants had the tan skin with the tribal markings again. So I don't know exactly what Disney was thinking, but I'm glad some of the native Hawaiians spoke up and told Disney that they were disgusted and offended, and that halted the sales. At least Disney listened and said, all right, we'll pull back. So I'm not even going to talk about non-black people that like to wear cornrows and dreadlocks and all that. That's a whole nother thing. I'm just talking about corporate cultural appropriation. That's what I'm talking about. But if you think about it, that to me is kind of like if you were, say, a black man or a black woman, and you decided, I'm going to go put on an Irish kilt because I think it looks cool.
Not.
Now, how would that look? You're not Irish. You don't know anything about their culture, but you decided, I think it looks cool, I'm going to do it. Now, Irish folk would be very offended by that because they know what that's about. That's part of their culture. And I'm just saying, people need to stop appropriating other folks' culture. If that's not part of your culture, leave it alone. You can admire it, but admire it from afar. You don't have to go and grab it and throw it on and try to make it a fashion statement or whatever. If it's not your thing, leave it alone. So I'm just saying, especially with these people who do it at a corporate level, for monetary gain. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. So that's all I'm saying about it. This is Redwine. I'm just saying. Okay. Leave other folks' cultures alone. Stop stealing.
That was very nice, Redwine.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Do your own thing.
Stay in your lane.
In fact, you gave me some great ideals for living for the city.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to play on that, but I'm going to make it a little more raw.
Uh-oh.
Lord, help us.
Okay.
You take a break or we going to...
Yeah, we need to take a break.
Oh, we got a caller.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to pick up that caller before we go to break?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. We got a caller in D.C. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead and welcome to the show.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Oh, we're great. How are you?
Thanks for listening to the show, by the way.
This message is for Poppa DD. I done the survey for you. I asked two people. I was near Capitol Hill. I asked this lady, she walked down the street. I said, excuse me. She said, yes. I say, what is so interesting on that phone? She looked at me like I was a damn deer in headlights. Did I ask my neighbor? Because they always on the phone. I said, what you be looking at? Oh, I have no idea, but there'll be a lot of stuff on the phone.
So they don't really know what they're looking at. They're just looking. They're walking and looking.
They're just looking.
I experienced that today, too, on the way here in a couple train stations the same way. And then, you know what's really interesting, caller, is that once the people that are stone-faced into their phone look up at you, they look at you now like you're violating their space. And you've seen them coming a mile away. And you've seen them coming a mile away, stone-faced into the phone. And what I'm trying to figure out is what are you looking at that makes you just forget about society for a minute and everything around you? And it usually happens in a place where it's the most traffic, the most interchanging of people, the most cross-traffic of people, and people are completely stone-faced and looking into the phone. It's very scary. It's very scary.
I noticed about that. You stop any one of those people that be on those phones like that and ask them about anything that happened 20 minutes ago that everybody would know about, right?
Exactly.
They couldn't tell you. They couldn't
You're
tell
right.
you.
Oh, you know, I'm about to go into my segment, and I'm about to talk about all that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a segment that is crazy. Believe me, it's crazy. All right, well, we appreciate your participation in the show, caller.
And thanks for doing that survey. We kind of figured that would be the answer, but you just confirmed it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back.
Peace. I tell you, some of the things people do.
Well,
woo.
What's your opinion? We want to know on the Late Night Adult Pajama Party. Call us now on 914-803-4306 and tell us if you agree or disagree, or if you don't care one way or the other. If you've been waiting all week to tell somebody what's on your mind, now is your chance. Dial 914-803-4306 and press 1 to speak with the Pajama Party live on the air. To listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the listen banner on the top right. If you'd like to advertise your business with us, get in touch on www.apajamaparty.com. So call us now on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We will get to you as quick as we can. Now, back to the Pajama Party Live.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is a late night talk show every Friday night. Tell a friend to bring a friend. Because, you know, deep down inside, we really put it down. We put it down for real. And we put it down with seriousness and intellect, respect, and everything that has to do with the multiculturalness of what it's about when it comes to living a decent life. And that's what life is all about.
Power to the people.
Okay? Now, I'm going to go right into living for the city. I'm going to talk about a few things that just, it's on the heels of a lot of things, you know. See, one thing I always say, and I don't mean to be vulgar because I'm in therapy, okay? Now, but I will say this here.
I ain't going to your therapy.
I'm going to say this here. The one thing we must understand is the richness of black folks and what it is we bring to the table. Always understand that. If you're walking around here not knowing what your brown skin is worth, then you don't know how much money you got in your pocket. Okay? There are people out here every day, foreigners and everything. Despite what they're doing, they may be looking at the white man or what he's doing as far as his achievements or what have you, but they're looking at the black man or the black people when it comes to style and flavor and charisma, because all that stuff gets you pussy and gets you dick. Okay? Excuse my French.
Here goes the therapy.
In order for you to get laid in this world, in order for you to get anything in this world that has to do with pleasure or the circumference of the bump and grind or the booty shaking, popping, whatever, get my Johnson hard, get my coochie wet, or what have you, you need some soul in your soul in order to get laid. And all these people that are not of color realize that. That's why they practice blackness all the time. They cream when they see somebody like Nicki Minaj with big titties, big ass, nice hips, pretty face. They be like, damn, I would drink that shit in water with ice. You understand what I'm saying? And all this is now on the surface. This is internal thoughts. See, internal thoughts are deep. Internal thoughts are deep. Let me put it one more time. Internal thoughts are deep. You don't have to act on them, but they exist. Fantasies exist in everybody. Nobody in this world is without a fantasy trail in their mind on what they want to do, need to do, have done, thought about doing, whatever. Okay? So the whole thing with the culture situation is that person running that fashion show is a person that wants to build their black bank. His black bank was empty, so therefore he had to put some money in his black bank by doing something black to make people say, oh, he's multicultural because he wants to get some pussy or some dick or whatever he's after. And I'm using those sexual innuendos as metaphors. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying things specifically who's sleeping with who or what have you. That's the childish aspect of that. Don't take it that low. Keep it big. Keep it Botany 500. Okay? Keep the conversation Botany 500. When anybody talks about getting laid or whatever, keep it strong. Don't take it to the alley. Take it to the W Hotel? Okay? Because there's all different levels of getting laid. There's the back alley and there's a W Hotel. But let me get back on what I'm saying. Okay? Everybody steals things in order to keep their blackness up. And Chris Rock said it strong. He says that people don't want to be me, and I'm rich. But they want his flavor and they want his style. And people don't care about stealing stuff because if you make $5 million stealing something and you get sued for $2 million, you still got $3 million left. Okay? Case in point, your boy, what's his name? Robin Thicke and your boy, how much money they make off that song?
I don't know.
$10 million? And the gay family sued him for $3 million, so they left with $7 million in the bank. Okay? So do the math. Everybody nowadays is doing the math instead of doing their homework. But like I said, I just want to throw that out there at you because this show is for everybody to keep thinking. And we call ourselves an adult show because we say adult things. If you want some kiddie stuff, then go to NBC, CBS, and Fox and what have you. They'll throw some kiddie madness at you and circle jerk you for a while to make you feel satisfied, and then the cable company will send you a $200 bill every month and make you feel like you really watch some educated TV and you didn't learn jack. All you did was pay Comcast and Verizon and you didn't learn nothing. The Pajama Party is where you're going to get your knowledge at. And other black venues out there that are keeping it right and keeping it real. Okay? So, now, let me say one more thing here. I got time, Ketel? Because Ketel, she's the police up in here.
You got the best thing. Go for it. Go on.
Ketel's the police up in here. But every time I go to another subject, I look at Ketel and I want to see what she's gritting her teeth for. You know, a dog, they don't bark, they just go. Anyway, that's Ketel. Anyway, let's get back to this here. Now, the fear of people in this world between our Caucasian friends and us as black people, we have to remember that black racism has been going on for years. I mean years, and all the way back to the slave ships. And, you know, people in Africa, African slaves used to sell other slaves to the Europeans. That's how deep it was. Look at slavery like, let's just say that you're a promoter and you got a bunch of fine, sexy-ass female exotic dancers with big asses and big titties, okay? And you're promoting a female exotic show. This is how you can attest to slavery. These were products of people because, see, it wasn't just workers now, because these slave owners was using these women to lay and play and everything else. And this is where your cultures come from when it comes to the thighs and the chest. See, the African women came over with these fantastic thunder thighs, and the white wives of the slave owners had to compete with that, so they focused on the chest, the bustier, and that little thing you draw the strings and you pull it tight to make the titties look better. What is that called? Help me out.
Corset.
It's called a corset. What it is a strangulation tool for the titties is what it is, but they call it a corset. Now, white women have been enhancing their chests for years based on the fact that black women had natural hips. And this goes back years and years and years. And this is why today, if you look at black women, they have the hips, but white women got some nice-ass titties. Okay, this because chests have been filtered through the generations of white women for years. So when you look at a Hustler magazine or a Playboy magazine, you see white women with big, pretty titties and black women with nice thighs. And this is how God puts the mix on women to make everybody balance out. Okay? So I'm not saying something just to be fresh or whatever, get your mind out the damn gutter, because my mind's down in the gutter. I'm educating you right now. I'm not trying to sue you or lay you or what have you. I'm talking here. Anyway, let's get back to what we were saying. Now, the whole situation with this thing on the slavery and all thing has come full circle up to today's police force. Now, people that are in the police department aren't special. They're regular people that just got a job. Whether you're working for UPS or Amtrak or anywhere else, it doesn't matter. They are just employed for that company. But their beliefs as far as their racial levels and their beliefs of racism and all, it still exists very much. Their fears of another race, it exists very much. So therefore, case in point, the young lady that shot the gentleman in Tulsa is a perfect scenario of the fear of people. This lady, when it came to that man, was scared to death. She approached him as a macho person. Now, he was broke down in the middle of the highway. And I'm going to keep this brief because I know Ketel is about to growl me up out of here. Anyway, when they approached this man with his car being broke down, right? First of all, when your car is broke down in the middle of the highway like his was in the middle of the intersection, he was on the yellow line in the middle of the traffic. So you are more pissed off than the people that you pissing off. So whenever you're pissed off, there's a level of anxiety that rolls through you. Anxiety is a very big word. It cultivates your membrane. It cultivates your pores. It opens all your ventilations of your. It allows you not to think straight. Anxiety will not make you think straight. When people go on the first date, they don't think straight. That's why they do crazy stuff and wear crazy stuff and whatever, you know. Oh, well, on my first date. Well, why you look so stupid on the first date? Because the anxiety's up. Okay? Now, anyway, getting back to what I'm saying. He had anxiety because his car broke down. He was huffing and puffing and pissed off. And now when the police pulls up, what does a black man say when the police pulls up? Oh, here come these motherfuckers. Okay? Now, you're already pissed off because when your car breaks down, first thing you think about is your wallet, right? How much is it going to cost me to fix this problem? Damn, my radiator ran hot. My water pump is gone. $150 for a radiator, $325 for a water pump. So this man got $400 worth of problems on his mind immediately. Now, here come this cop now with all this crazy stuff. And all of a sudden, they start drawing guns on this man. Okay? So now he been looking at the shows, Black Lives Matter. The first thing this brother does is puts his hands up. And now he's starting to walk away from the police officers. Walk away now, because he done seen Sandra Bland and everybody else and everything that goes on with that situation. So he said, let me just walk away from these jokers and let me cool down because I'm pissed off in my car. Now this woman, she sees a big black man and she's scared to death. Now I kind of heard that the man in the helicopter was the husband of the police officer. It's a rumor, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get back to the story now. Now, at the time of this man getting terminated from life, there were 4 cops there. Now, here's the deal with the 4 cops with this man right there. Let's look at a baseball team, whether you have professionals or little league. When a ball gets popped in the air to the outfielder, the first thing you're supposed to say is, I got it. Who's going to catch the ball? Okay? Center field, left field, right field in the baseball game. When a ball gets popped in the air, the first thing you say is, I got it, and the other 2 people in the other areas back off so you can catch the ball. Now, there were 4 cops out there. Those cops should have developed a plan, but no, they didn't. One of them had out a taser. She had a gun. Now, he fires a taser. Now, a taser's got electrodes in there that will take you down. Now, this was a heavy-set brother, so therefore, he was overweight and things like that. So when something hits you like that and you're not going to the gym every day, it's going to hit you because it's going to hit your fat cells and things like that that are your outer body limits. You know, your muscles protect you. Fat will just take you down because fat's not made of anything. So when they tased him, he falls to the ground. Now, unbeknownst to the female, she fires a bullet after the taser takes him down. I'm like, damn. Are the 4 of y'all talking, or y'all just lay out there on a fucking firing squad? Excuse my language, I'm in therapy. You know, it's a firing squad. All of a sudden, he goes down from the taser. Now she shoots the gun, and the other cops are saying, oh, no, lady, I ain't covering for you on this bullshit. And this is why she has been indicted and charged with first-degree manslaughter, because those 3 other male cops with her are not going down with her. They're saying, you know what? We didn't have a plan. Harry shot the taser, and that's what took him down. But Mary, she's in the back shooting bullets. So, like I said, that's just my theory of it, you know. But I'm using the third ear and the third eye and keeping it strong and keeping it right. But like I said, draw your own conclusions or what have you. But the fear goes all the way back to slavery days when people were afraid of the man of color because they thought we was always the big bad wolf because they listed us as uneducated from the beginning, unmarketable from the beginning. And the same thing in the job market. When you go for a job, nobody wants you to get it because they don't want you to develop into something that they know is easy from the beginning. That's why nepotism rules. Everything rules in front of black people because it's just the way it is. But hang in there, do your own thing, and that's what's going on tonight with Living for the City.
All right. We unloaded both barrels tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a mess anymore, and I'm just, as a black man, it scares me to death because I don't know what's going on, but I know that this fear is granulated from years and years back, and that young lady was scared to death, and like I said, her partners were shooting electric, and she was shooting bullets, and there were 4 Keystone cops out there. Then you got the helicopter guy yelling, he looks like a bad guy.
But you had a good point. Who was communicating?
Nobody was communicating.
You know, who? First of all, who's in charge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the person in charge,
exactly.
The commander should say, you know, either halt your shooting or you're probably going to do it or whatever. But they also need to have a plan before they go out there.
That's what I said. When the ball hits in the air in a baseball game, somebody says, "I got it."
But see, this is the result of panic.
Right.
And
when
fear.
You have people panic and fear. And folks don't know what to do, and all they can think of is according to her, she felt that her life was
being
in imminent danger or something.
And he wasn't even coming in her direction.
Like, he's walking away from you.
And
How
you
are
had
you
three
feeling
other police officers there with you.
And a helicopter
and
flying
a helicopter
overhead.
above you that was surveillance and the whole thing, and they're up there talking about how bad. Well, he was a bad dude.
Yeah,
he was
then
a bad dude.
they're trained to kill. They're not trained to injure.
Exactly.
She could have shot him in the leg and the arm.
She could have shot him in. You know, she could have shot him in that Achilles heel. You know, a little bone in the back by your ankle.
Right, but you know, I didn't realize that they had used the taser first. Now they knocked the guy down.
They got him down. He's on the ground.
Down.
And while he's down,
she's
piercing his skin like with bullets. I'm like, what? That's why the police chief and the prosecutor, they said, you know what? Hell no. We ain't going. They are not bringing them to protesters to our town for this crap because, honey, Y'all should have had a plan. Just like when the football players go in the huddle before they throw that ball, four of y'all together, let's come up with a plan with this guy. And nobody did.
How will you threaten if the man is already on the ground?
Yeah, and God bless the family and our condolences to the gentleman and everybody else that's been a victim of just being a car broke down or Sandra Bland riding down the highway and everybody, Trayvon Martin walking through a courtyard of an apartment complex. Everybody just living their life doing something simple and end up dead. That is bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm in therapy.
I know. I agree with you on that one.
You're right.
I've had enough.
All right.
You know.
Well, we're going to get you some fresh ice and freshen up your glass and cool you out.
Yeah.
Take a quick break, and we're coming back with Ketel in the Hollywood Wrap-Up.
Cool.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only, no clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me, Ketel with the yellow sign. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter, and don't forget to tip the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing?
Me. We don't have time for all that.
Why don't she could sing? Let's get back to the show. All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, my
and
darling.
This is the Friday night Pajama Party. We're here every Friday night. We talk about what's going on and what's happening. We keep it real. We keep it right. You can go to Fox and NBC and CBS if you want to, but you're not going to get it like this. Okay?
Right.
And we don't cost you $150 a month.
You're fake.
We don't cost you $150 a month in cable bills.
I know that's right.
We just get a phone call on a Friday night and
we're free.
And we're some sweet, good-looking people too. So sit back and fantasize about us. Anyway.
Oh, God. So what's going on the West Coast?
Still in therapy.
Yeah, go ahead. What's going on?
Hollywood Wrap-Up. A lot going on in La La Land this week.
Well, the big story is Angelina and Brad Pitt.
Ooh.
Poor Angelina.
I know what they.
Brad.
I know Jennifer Aniston is laughing her.
Everybody keeps bringing her in the mix.
Yeah,
I'm married. I'm gone. I'm not even in the
picture. Not in there.
Leave me alone.
Because Jennifer said it from the beginning.
What?
That be crazy, okay? Get whatever you want to. It's going to be a day.
They're talking about the kids. FBI investigating Brad Pitt for alleged child abuse. Really? The FBI is now investigating Brad Pitt over an allegation of child abuse, source told ABC News.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
The news of FBI involvement comes after sources told ABC News that the actor was being investigated by the L.A. Department of Children and Family Services. Really? An alleged incident aboard a flight from France to Minnesota to Los Angeles prompted FBI's involvement in the investigation. The federal agency was notified Monday of the allegation. Agents were instructed to perform an assessment. Agents are also trying to determine which child or children were involved and if the alleged incident was physical or just verbal. So, if any charges in relation to the allegations were filed against Pitt, a source told ABC News that they're likely to be misdemeanors. So, also sources close to Pitt told ABC News that the actor is taking the allegations very seriously. However, they added many of the claims made against him are either exaggerated or outright fabricated. Goes on to say Brad Pitt, they were married 2 years ago. In the divorce document obtained by ABC News, the estranged couple's date of separation was listed on September the 15th. So they've been separated since then.
Yeah.
And I guess the news just
broke.
broke.
What date?
September 15th. But the news
just
broke. Yeah.
I just think that if, when somebody is in the mix right now like that, I'm sure that relationship was over about 6 months ago, easy. Because
it's September what?
15th. About 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think before then it was probably.
But it just sounds like, I'm not saying something minor, but it's just like they're saying Angelina Jolie, her practices of raising the kids is different, is more carefree, and then his raising of the kids are more stern and almost like quote unquote black folks, how we raise our folks, kids. So I mean,
Well, I think the kids is probably a smoke screen in my opinion. I just think the two of them just kind of grew. They grew to who they really are.
Right.
Because Angelina Jolie, to me, is her eccentricness is who she is, and what she should do after a while. If you were rolling with him at the time, and it was that like that, and he was accepting your eccentricness.
Right.
As soon as your eccentricness with Brad Pitt expires, you need to move on to someone else that you could sell that eccentricness to.
But they were talking about him with something about drugs and alcohol and all this
Well,
stuff.
everybody's
crazy behavior.
When it comes to building your case, everybody's going to throw it out there.
Oh,
that's
sure.
not,
that's
come
true.
on now. There's no way.
Yeah.
First of all, Brad Pitt is still one of the most handsome guys on the planet.
Yeah, he's all
right.
right.
And he's, that was her draw.
Denzel.
That was her draw. Well, that was her draw. When she boxed Jennifer Aniston out of the box, you best believe she did some freaky, dirty stuff to make him say, well, damn. Okay? Sorry.
Well, the Mr. and Mrs. Movie,
right.
that categorized everything.
Exactly. So therefore, at the time frame, that's how it was. But now, 20 years ahead now.
Right.
Now that she's got older and she ain't kicking that flavor like she used to, and Brad Pitt is still doing his thing. He's still healthy, and he's a New Orleans guy. Okay, cool. He got the voodoo freaky deaky.
They got homes everywhere.
Of course.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just with Brad Pitt on this.
Okay.
I really am.
I'm
no disrespect.
Team Angelina.
That's not. I'm not being.
We have to just continue to follow the story.
Yeah.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
Team Angelina.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Also, LeBron James is in the news. Also, he sells a Cleveland set gentrification comedy to NBC.
Oh, he's got a comedy that he did?
LeBron James continues to add to his growing media empire. Post-NBA life is full secure with another half-hour comedy series titled There Goes the Neighborhood.
He's doing a comedy?
He's doing a comedy. He sold it to NBC.
Oh, so he's probably not in it, but he is behind it.
Correct.
And sold it.
His company. There Goes the Neighborhood follows what happens when the first white family moves into a predominantly black
reverse
neighborhood in Cleveland, Ohio.
Which is very possible today.
Right.
Very possible.
I noticed he's doing a lot of stuff based on Cleveland because he has another show too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entrepreneurs in Cleveland and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty.
Yeah, it's almost like a Shark Tank thing.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, it's on CNBC.
So I mean, you can't beat that.
Cleveland has a lot of major entities going on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you would see like at the train stop, where Amtrak stops there, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is right across the street from there, and there's a lot of things going on there between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's another wonderful place also.
Right.
It's in the valley.
Lord.
The valleys of Pittsburgh are unbelievably beautiful.
Right. But his company is called Spring Hill Entertainment.
Yeah.
That's LeBron James' thing.
Okay.
Also, Regina Hall, she's a hometown girl.
That's our girl.
And Marlon Wayans, they're teaming up to do a Netflix remake of the Swedish comedy Naked.
Lord. That's the younger guy, right?
Yeah, the crazy one.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
well, she kind of started with the Wayans brothers because she used to date one of the cousins.
Marlon.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's just so.
Yeah, he is a little bit off the chain. But they're going to do a remake of this Swedish comedy called Naked.
Well, she's getting paid, you know what I mean?
Hey.
She's giving $3 to her mother, God bless her. You know.
Right. She's playing the Wayans' soon-to-be wife in that series.
Okay.
It's going to be on Netflix only.
Oh, this is going directly to Netflix.
Right.
Yeah,
Naked. But it's a remix of a movie called Naked.
You know, like Redwine was saying, nobody's doing their own thing anymore.
Okay.
Everybody's a remake.
I know.
There's nothing original. God, thank God for Stevie Wonder.
I tell you.
And Earth, Wind & Fire, too.
Earth, Wind & Fire, yeah.
Prince.
And Prince. Yeah,
well,
Michael
one
Jackson. Everybody else is
both in therapy.
Yeah. Everybody else is
started it. I have one last story.
Me.
Let me just get through that
story.
Go
ahead, Ketel. I apologize.
President Obama, he's awarded 24 American giants of the arts and humanitarians with the medals. Comedian Mel Brooks. Remember him from Satire Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, and History of the World.
Yep, he is 90 years old.
Mel Brooks is 90.
Mel Brooks is 90. Also, Broadway star Audra McDonald. Spike Sneakers poet Louise Cluck. I'm not familiar with her. Also, Motown producer Berry Gordy.
Oh, he got an award too?
Composer Philip Glass. And a few others. James McBride and so on.
That's nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yep. That's my Hollywood wrap-up for today.
All right. That was a good one.
All right, man.
But I'm still Team Angelina.
All right.
Just saying.
I don't delegate prayers.
Thank you. I'm definitely in the Brad camp.
And he did it.
Well, we got a pillow talk tonight.
Oh, really?
We got a few minutes.
Somebody sent us an email about their life.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, what you got?
What's going on tonight?
Dear Pajama Party Crew, I'm involved in a long-distance relationship. My girlfriend is 15 years younger than me, and she has trust issues from a past incident that is long over. This continues to put a strain on our relationship. So should I just let her go and move on, or keep fighting for her relationship? Sign on the battlefield. Oh, wow.
Now, is she a guy or a girl? Is this a gay relationship or a heterosexual?
It could be either or. I mean, does it matter?
Girlfriend. I don't know.
I'm just keeping it real in 2016, you know.
Okay, we're going to mix it up. It's a gay relationship.
Okay, it's a gay relationship.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
So the girl is 15 years younger?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wait a minute, the one that wrote the letter is 15 years younger.
No, they're older.
Oh, the older one's talking about the younger version.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so the girlfriend is 15 years younger.
Correct.
Okay. So, and they're in a long-distance relationship.
Did they say where they were as far as distance-wise?
Nope. I mean, they're not like, DMV, I can just go across the bridge or whatever like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it's some kind of long distance.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically we're talking about like Virginia and California.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Wow. 15 years younger. Okay, so the younger person is having trust issues because of something the older person did a while back.
Correct.
And they can't get past it.
Right. They didn't do anything. I think it's just a matter of maybe the one that was 15 years younger was in a previous relationship, and they're, how you carry your baggage.
Okay.
So to speak. So, is it worth fighting, or is it, should I just, should they just drop that one? Uh-oh. You thinking too hard, Papa. What's up?
I just think, when it comes to age, I don't think that no age has the advantage. You know what I mean? Because experience and lack of experience is where it all lies. People that are experienced have been there.
Right. And
people that are lack of experience, they may have the youth and they may have the stamina, but they don't have the knowledge.
Right.
Okay? So knowledge is like, I know what to do. Right. Even though you could last longer, I know what you're not doing.
Right.
Because I'm laying here 50 years old knowing what you're not serving on me.
But not in that retrospect. Do you think it's an insecurity thing, or do you think it's the...
Well, I just think that I just think that getting past things really have to do. When you don't get past something, it still means that person that you didn't get past is still weighing on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that person out of your mind, out of your heart. Mm-hmm. You can't sit back and think you're moving on to somebody different because they're there, but the other person was a boom shakalaka, and you still got that boom shakalaka on your mind.
But this person is saying, is it worth trying to save this relationship, or should they just move on?
The older person is. Well, you know what? They had to give it a time frame. How much time you want to waste in your life on this? Because, God has
It doesn't say how long have they been together.
God has bestowed life on all of us, and that's the one thing we always have to remember. No matter what's going on with anything, whether it be your children or what have you, God has bestowed life on us.
So you more or less saying you think that the older one should just go ahead and
the older one should give it a time frame, give it a deadline.
Right.
And after a while, when the deadline hits, say, look, your young ass is crazy.
Well, I have a different opinion on that.
Well, as you always do.
Yes, that's true. But I'm just trying to, get to it, because I'm thinking, if the younger person, I mean, sometimes you always hear people say age is nothing but a number.
Right.
But the reality is that a span like 15 years, that's a big span.
It
so
is.
we don't know what the ages of the people are.
Right.
But 15 years difference, 15 years is still 15 years.
Right.
So given that, when you say 15 years younger, this person may be younger. Okay, I mean, not maybe. They are younger, but then you have a level of possible immaturity.
Right.
And sometimes when things happen with the older person, you have to consider that this person is 15 years older. They got other things that they've been dealing with in their life. And if you're going to deal with somebody who's 15 years older, you got to be prepared to deal with those things.
I got you.
And if you're not prepared to deal with those things,
But the
then
younger
this
person
is
is the
not
one
the
that got
relationship.
stuff on their mind, though.
That's what I'm saying. But it said that
trust
something is a trust issue because of something that happened with the older person
Well,
that's already done.
Right.
But the younger person can't let it go and can't move past it.
So they have to kind of take them where they are in their lives, so to speak.
Yeah,
Either
I'm
you
just
wanna deal
saying
with it or
that
you
when
not.
you're young, sometimes you have to deal with the immaturity. And if you can't just say, all right, you know what, life is too short, I'm not going to worry about that.
Right.
If you say it's done and over, whatever it was, because it didn't say what it was,
Right.
but whatever it is, if you say it's done, either you're going to accept it and move on, or you're going to keep holding on to it.
Right.
And if they're holding on to it, you're not going to be able to move on.
Well, you know, I think that if somebody keeps coming to you with something you're not even thinking about, that's when you need to kick their ass to
And
the
that's what
curb,
I'm saying.
You know?
If the younger person is still holding on to a past that the older person has already said that's over,
Which could be a smoke
and that's
screen.
done.
That could be a smoke screen
It's time
because
to let it
sometimes
go.
people will bring up stuff just to keep the drama there so they can do their dirt. You know, you never
That's
know.
true,
Stuff
too.
always goes
True.
a lot of ways. When you get to a big,
okay.
you know, there's things
Yeah.
in the world called 5 points. You ever heard of 5 points? You ever get to a corner where there's 5 points? You know, 5 different streets you can go down when you get to this corner. Yeah. So there may be at a 5 points where this young person trying to have her cake and eat it too, which young people do, and they think the old person is a has been,
Right.
and the older person looking
think
at them
you can
saying,
pull a
you know,
fast one on
think
them.
you pull a fast one on them, but the old person got old boom shakalaka, okay, and the young person making up as they go along.
Right.
The older
It is.
person's playing chess, the other person's playing checkers.
All
Okay?
right now.
You know what I mean? One's bowling, the other's playing marbles.
All right.
So we're
So it
not
sounds
going to
like
go
we're
there.
agreeing that maybe the older person needs to just cut
Mhm.
ties
Right.
and move on.
Cut ties and let that person play with their jacks, honey. You know, remember
Yeah,
jacks
okay.
when you bounce the ball?
All
You
right
pick up
now.
the jacks. Okay.
Onesies, twosies.
Sit them back and
all
play
that.
with the jacks.
Keep it
Here,
moving.
take this jacks with you anyway.
Okay.
That's
All
what
right.
it sounds
Good one.
like.
Anyway,
Well, I hope that helps you. What was the name of that caller? I mean, the writer on the battlefield.
On the battlefield.
All right,
On the
so
battlefield.
hopefully you're listening on the battlefield. I hope that helps you.
old girl. We call old girl.
Old man, what do you call it? Old boy?
Old boy,
old girl, whatever you want.
Let's get to the cocktail of the week.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's happening with that?
That's called the Peach Crush.
Oh, I
Got
got
over there, Kevin.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, Redwine.
Call her Ketel.
Yeah.
We
No,
switched
I'm
Yeah.
Redwine.
Okay.
You're Ketel.
She's flagged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a really nice one. It's a frozen drink, and that's what we've been sipping on tonight. This is our farewell to summer. This is called the Peach Crush, and it uses 2 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 peach diced. You got to dice up a peach.
Now, what is rye whiskey?
Rye whiskey.
You're obviously not a school teacher.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And a dash of peach schnapps, 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice, and a dash of grenadine, which just adds to the color.
Rye is like knob and maybe some Jack Daniels.
Knob?
Knob, you know, knob with a little melted candle on the top. Knob Creek.
Oh, no, I'm familiar with another
The other
kind
stuff
of
you always
knob.
bring in here.
Okay. Okay, anyway.
Excuse me.
Oh, boy. So then you take all those ingredients.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, you put all the ingredients into a blender, and then you add some crushed ice and blend it again, and then you pour it in a glass.
Okay.
Stick a straw in it. Bam! You got a peach crush.
That's nice.
So we're going to put it on the website. But, yeah, it's very peachy.
All right.
Very, very lovely. Look at the color in it.
Yes,
Okay.
It's very nice.
wonderful.
So that's a nice farewell to summer drink. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to move right on to the Kiss It list. The Kiss It list is the list that's compiled every week of people to show their butt the week before or previous weeks. You know, one person we don't have on here is that guy Wiener.
Yes.
He's
yes.
tripping. He must think he has the penis of life, honey. He's got the penis of life.
He's got the magic.
You know, I must say he's very proud of his Johnson.
He's crazy.
Anyway, he's crazy, and his wife is the number one of the biggest,
right.
advisors
but she finally
of Hillary
kicked him
Clinton.
to the curb.
Well, she had to save her position with
What's the
Hillary.
list, Papa?
Okay, it's a list that we compile every week based on people that showed their butt and whatever. Looks like Redwine, help me with this.
This is this company called SEAT, SEAT, in conjunction with Cosmopolitan magazine. They got the bright idea to create a car specifically for women. They made it smaller. It's purple, and it has like some kind of jewel rims. It has a purse hook, and they thought that would be a good idea.
That's my eyeliner too.
Oh yeah, it has headlights that look like it has eyeliner on the headlights. And apparently women were not very receptive to that. They felt like it was a very sexist thing, and they were feeling like, what kind of crap is this?
A lot of women today have become the new men.
And that's
so
it.
We won't go there. Anyway.
I mean, frankly, I do find it kind of offensive.
And this guy, Steve, I wasn't here. I came in late today.
Steve, what's his name? Oh, that's that guy from the Mariners. Steve, what's his name?
Clevenger.
He's the one that tweeted all that stuff talking about the protesters need to be locked up like animals.
Yeah, well, you know what? Baseball is going straight Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and everything else. Even though they kept blacks out of baseball from the beginning, now it's become the thing where all the millionaire baseball players walk around with interpreters because they can play baseball, but they can't speak a drop of English.
There you go. Wow.
Anyway, the cab drivers. When I came up here late today, I had experience with 3 cab drivers in this area. I'm going to Uber and I'm going to Lyft because cab drivers can kiss my ass.
Okay.
Anyway, Jennifer Green, the teacher that...
the potty mouth teacher.
Potty mouth teacher that was... she needs to be in therapy like me. And
she needs to just retire.
Yeah. Disney for the inappropriate costumes, trying to be black.
Yeah.
By doing a bunch of black
tribal
stuff.
markings on the costume.
They're all trying, like Donald Trump did. He wanted the black boot. He goes to black churches. How rude is that? You know, why do you think you know where we hang at? Or why do you go to places that you think we are? We are all over the world. We are ingranulated. We are roaches that you cannot kill with a bomb. Okay? We are mice that will not die with decon.
Absolutely.
Okay? So understand us. Okay? Anyway, let's keep moving. Ketel's growling over there. Anyway, designer Marc Jacobs dressed all his white women look like black women. Because Marc Jacobs is trying to get laid by a black woman. So he's trying to show the fact he got sold.
Or a black man.
A black man, exactly. Yeah, he's gay, so he's looking for...
We got to add Don King.
Don King Don King was with Donald Trump. He said the word Negro 6 times, but one time he slipped up and said Nagar. I'm like, Don King, your ass is old and crazy, and you still spinning.
And why are you supporting Trump?
And you're still spending Mike Tyson's money that you ripped him off on. So Don King, please. That crazy ass, and his hair still looks like a mop, upside down mop.
Yeah.
You ever get done mopping the floor, you stick the mop upside down.
Him or Cornel West
or Donald Trump. They all got a head. They all need to shave their head.
Donald Trump's laid down.
Cornel West, that brother.
All we have on the
put him on there too. Yeah, and Macy's and for that preview day on Friday, whatever the hell that means. And also Roger Goodell, NFL. You know, anyway, they're protesting North Carolina, but I guarantee when the Carolina Panthers pay, everybody will go home.
All right.
NFL runs stuff on Sunday.
Oh, we got something special.
This is for
as we always do for every recipient of the coveted award to be on the Kiss It list, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just. You
All right, that's the kissing list and everybody on it. If you got some family members you want to put on it, you can give us their name, their social security number, where they live, their address, their license plate number, their registration number of their car. Whatever you want to do, we'll put it on the air. Anyway, our final word tonight, my final word is the fact that we should just be cool. My biggest term in life that I would like written on my tombstone, if my beloved would do that for me when I pass away, is stay strong in your own spot.
All right, now.
I think that's the one thing you should always do. Don't worry about what's going on around you in this world. Stay strong in your own spot, okay? And thank you for everybody for listening. We bring it to you strong as we can in the way we can, the way we do. And God bless you for listening to the Pajama Party. Redwine, would you?
My last word is, of course, thank everybody for listening. Shout out to, I forgot now. Out to our callers and our listeners. And I just want to remind everybody that the presidential debate is going to be on Monday night on NBC at 9 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be actually in Hempstead, New York.
Hempstead?
Yeah, Lester Holt is going to be moderating.
That's Long Island.
Okay. Lester Holt will be moderating.
That's very historical.
And the alleged topics are prosperity, securing America, and America's direction. So we'll see if they stay on topic, but be sure to tune in. I'm sure it's going to be a fiasco. So I'll be checking it out, and I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. So that's all I have.
Tell what you got.
Thanks to our old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. We appreciate you listening to tonight. Also, DC homegrown Regina Hall. She made it to number 2 on the movie When the Bow Breaks.
That's
Yay!
She's a friend of the show.
Yeah. They made almost $15 million.
Get that money.
Yeah, but she's in a new thing with Netflix with the Wayans brothers, and she's doing some other projects. So you guys got to keep up with her.
We still love her. like Denzel and this new Western coming out.
We still love her.
We still love you, Denzel. I guess sometimes they always say, okay, I guess the mother in operation. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess y'all do. But yeah, Regina Hall, we really, we appreciate her.
We love you, Regina.
And we love Lynette Tichelle.
All right. And
shout out to Lynette Tichelle and Illicit Movie Crew.
Yes.
And our theme song singer and writer, Lena Chanel.
Lena Chanel, exactly. These are our people in Hollywood that are friends of our show, and we're going to definitely stay in touch, keep them in our prayers and our hope that they're out in Hollywood being safe and being strong. And
shout out to Awilda, my hairstylist.
Yeah, you look good.
Rock.
All right now.
Well, thank
good.
you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Can I get some crowd control? Crowd control, please. Don't you worry about it. I got to go call Pierre when we get off the air.
Oh, yeah, Lord. I think he's dogging you. I saw him driving your car the other day.
That's all right.
Drive your car.
As long as there's nobody else in it, it's all right.
All right. Say good night, Papa.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bonsoir.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
And we're out.
All right.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown Pajama Party, Party Crew.